Hey everybody, welcome back. Okay, we going straight into it today. We're going to start with our serum. It is our satin shield heat protectant, and we are making sure that we're using this as a heat protectant against the high temperatures against the hair. So this Jayla's back. I know you guys probably remember Jayla. Remember, she's graduating high school the last time she was on here, and she had to get her hair cut quite a bit. And we are here today because I'm going to show you in a little bit, but first we just going to blow her hair out. So I'm taking a wide tooth comb. As you see, Jayla's hair is super slick. It has a lot of straight pieces, and we cut a lot of the straight pieces off the last time, but it's like she doesn't even use heat a lot, so it's funny how her ends are, but her hair is really healthy. She just has this little area in her hair that always breaks. So we're getting to the bottom of that, but today Jayla wants a lot of her hair cut. So, I'm down to give her what she's asking for and see if we can get her hair all the way on track. Now, when blow drying Jayla's hair, you see this first section, I'm all the way at pretty much the top of the ears. But if you have a tighter texture of hair, it's best to always do smaller sections for two reasons. One, when the section is smaller, that paddle brush won't snag. You don't want to use too much hair. Even if you detangle it, a brush can snag if it's too much hair for it to handle at once. Because once the blow dryer is going through your hair while it's textured, no matter how fast you think you're brushing it, the air is still basically drying that hair in the position that it's in. So it causes it to tangle, and then your brush gets caught up, and that's what causes breakage. So you always want to do smaller sections, but if the hair is on a straighter side like Jayla's, then you could go in bigger sections because it'll be easier to tackle. So now what I'm doing here is I'm going to show you, I'm just doing a part down the center because Jayla wants bangs today. So I'm going to do a part down the center, and then I'm going to comb forward the section that I'm going to use as the bangs. Now, because her hair is on the straighter side, I could be using a smaller tooth comb, but there's no need for that because as you see, it's working perfectly fine with the wide tooth comb. And yeah, I'm just going to comb it in the position that I need it to be blow dried in, because usually if you blow dry a part in the hair, that part is going to stay there. So you don't want to like blow dry a part down the center and then try to turn it into a bang, because that hair is basically molded into that shape, and then it's going to be hard to keep your bangs closed. So just try your best to blow dry the hair straight forward so that you can create the perfect bang without any interruptions. I know some of you guys like watching the blow dry process, and some of you may be a little impatient and fast forward through the blow dry process. So basically, I'm just going to do half of this blow dry like this, and the other half I'm going to speed it up. Because of Jayla's texture, it also slows down the blow dry process because the hair, when it's straight, it holds a lot of water. So I have to go over the hair a lot more times with the blow dryer than when the hair is textured. When your hair is like super textured or super curly, a lot of times it just when you have curls and you look at them in the mirror, after a while they just start plumping, and not even that long of a while. Like, they start plumping because once that air gets in it, it just starts drying. But when the hair is straight, you see it's like literally just dripping for a really long time. So I just was like, you know what? Let me just speed the blow dry process up, because you guys would have been watching a 10 to 12 minute blow dry. Another tip about blow drying: when you are blow drying and it is already dry, don't go over the hair so many times after it's dry. Once it's dry, it's done. Because once you do that, you cause static in the hair. And then if you are trying to wear your hair out in a wrap or down, oh my God, that static is going to wear you out. Okay. I did a video. I'll add the link to that video where I showed you guys a little trick to get rid of the static. I'll put that, at the end of this video or in the box below, so y'all can watch that and just, learn a little life hack. So I'll make sure to add that. Okay, so we are coming around the bend and her hair is now dry. It looks good. It feels good. It's nice and soft. It's heavy. It's shining. So we are just going to go in and we are going to check out her ends. Now, Jayla is now in college. She is in Morgan State. Since the last time y'all saw, she was graduating, but now she's in Morgan. And you see her hair has grown so much since the first video, but she still has this spot in the middle that we cannot get rid of. So before I talked about it, where your hair in the middle can break for two reasons. It could, one, either be a stress spot, or two, you could be wearing a lot of ponytails, and depending on what you use for your ponytails or how often you put them in the same spot, your hair will thin out from all of that traction. But Jayla's not really a ponytail girl, so I'm assuming from just watching her hair all this time that it might just be a stress spot, and that's a lot for someone to go through, because who feels like having to keep going in and trim that off? But the cool part about Jayla is she pretty much always asks for a heavy amount to be trimmed. I think she just likes her hair nice and heavy. So we're just going to go in. She wants her hair cut maybe a couple inches off. So I'm just going to start by going a little higher than these broken pieces. Now, of course, I'm using my shears from herstrandsofhair.com. Get into them. If you are new here, these are the only shears that I use because they are amazing. So yeah, I'm going to put the link for the shears below too. So you can go to herstrandsofhair.com. Strands is spelled with a Z. And you can get you some high quality shears. I don't want to see y'all in these videos using kitchen shears or or preschool shears or all kind of stuff I be seeing on videos where people are using the wrong shears. You just need that blade to be correct for your strands, because that's the only way you're going to get a good cut. If you're not using the right type of shears, then you run the risk of splitting the hair even more because you're using the wrong blade. So just getting this hair nice, blunt and even. And like I told you before, Jayla wants bangs today. So I am just going to go in and I am going to freehand cut her bangs straight across. Now the shop was full of all of the stylists and they was being so silly and saying all these crazy things. So Jayla could not keep herself together because they is so stupid in there. Like the shop is so silly. Like while I'm cutting it, like, oh Jayla, you said you wanted zigzag bangs, like just saying little stupid stuff to make her nervous. And so this is why we couldn't hardly get through anything while we was working. But at Deeper Than Hair, we be having a good time, and it is like one of the best places to be. Like, I love being in my salon and being in the atmosphere of our girls. We're literally a family. Check us out. I'm gonna put a picture here. And it's just a great place to be. So yeah, follow us on Instagram. I'll put our Instagram link down below so you can check us out. And yeah, right now got Jayla's bangs in. I'm just gonna like even it off. It looks a tiny bit slanted. I'm gonna just hit the other side. She looked nervous. See, can you imagine somebody having some shears that close to your eyeballs? And so, as much as I like, sometimes, I like to always ask the client, like, hey, where do you want your bangs? So she was like, she want hers to kind of just be at her eyebrows. Me, I like mine's like slapping into my eyelashes, okay? Like, when I blink, I want to be a little annoyed because they're in my eyelashes. The only problem about that is bangs seem to grow back pretty fast. Like, bangs seem like a commitment, but the commitment really comes in that in-between stage. Like, haircuts get so annoying when you are dealing with the in-between stage. It's nothing like, it's like you either want your bangs or you want it regular, but that in-between stage can be a little annoying. So that's the only issue with that. So I did it right at her eyebrows like she requested, which is cool because it gives it time to grow in and still be cute as it comes in. So now I'm going in with my 22 titanium iron, and I'm just going to give her a really soft bend, and it's just going to be a soft bubble. It's not going to be like super hardcore. It's just going to be a soft little bubble that I'm creating with the flat irons, and I'll also link the flat irons below too. So I'm just going to go in with pretty wide pieces. I'm not going to do them too thin. And I'm just going to hit each section one time. One pass is all you need. I also don't know if you guys ever noticed, but I never use product on the hair before I press it with the flat iron. That's because the heat protectant is already on it, and I know you also see that I only use a dime size amount, but that amount literally travels all throughout the hair. A little bit goes a long way. So we don't have to put anything in the hair again before we flat iron it. You also, like, I'm not into spraying like holding sprays or oils in the hair either, because I remember when I was in hair school, they used to be like, are we cooking? We not cooking the hair, because you would spray that stuff in hair and it just starts sizzling like bacon in a pan. You know what I'm saying? It was like, we not cooking the hair. We want soft hair that is protected and easy. So I've always carried that with me, that hair, you don't have to spray anything on each piece of hair before you put that heat on it, because we not cooking no hair. Okay, we just want it to stay healthy and won't want to like heat that oil into each piece like that, because that's when you also run the risk of, heat damage and all other kind of damages, especially with spritz and holding sprays. You can end up just breaking the hair. Just heating that product up on the hair like that directly can be a lot. Now, once I reach the top, I try to still flat iron it in the same way that I blow dried it, because same thing with the heat. If you press a part in there, it's going to stay there. Now that we're at the bangs, I am just going to, when you press somebody's hair or your own hair with the flat iron, just press away from your forehead. And, also another trick is when you flat iron it, just hold it in your hand for a couple seconds after you're done, just to kind of keep yourself from barbecuing that forehead, because then you're going to need bangs, and that's not we don't want bangs because we need them. We want to wear bangs because we want them. So just make sure that you don't scorch your head in the process. So no foreheads were harmed in the making of this video. And now that her bangs are pressed and the rest of her hair too, gonna give it a quick little 1-2 with the comb. Ooh, don't play with her. Look at her breaking her neck trying to look in the mirror. Don't play with her. It is swinging. What? I love hair that moves, okay? I love hair that moves. It could be curly, it could be straight, it could be wavy. If it's moving, I'm so into it. Look at it. Okay, period. Now she going back to school with her healthy hair. She even was contemplating, like, I think I want it even shorter, but we was like, no, girl, no. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.